Oh, it's back in the gym for Steve from SeoulLifts, and today I'm going to do some more deadlifts. Yeah, I know I did deadlifts just 2 days ago, but I'm not going super heavy today. I'm going to do some deadlifts and some clean and press, and really what I'm trying to do is just kind of work on form a little bit, not really going for any serious weight or rep records, and I'm certainly not going to failure. So I started out with some nice slow sets of 60 by 5 and then tried what I mentioned on the other video the other day. This is what Elliot Hulse was suggesting for athletes that were tall, which is some wide stance sumo style deadlifts. And I tried them out. I wasn't feeling it. They just didn't feel right, and by the time I got to a little bit heavier weight, it didn't feel right for me, but I'll give them a try again just to be fair. So I worked up here to 100 by 5 at these wide stance deadlifts. Again, this is not something that I normally do. I don't think I've done sumo style deadlifts in at least a year, and even then it was only to give them a test out. So I'm not really familiar with the lift that much. But at 140, found that the wide stance wasn't working for me comfortably, so I switched over to regular stance and then just did singles. Single at 140, single at 160, another single at 160, and I'm trying not to turn these into stiff leg deadlifts, so I'm trying to lift through the back and the legs at the same time. So I'm trying to go nice and controlled up through the lift, making sure that the hips are driving up at the same time. And got a noise complaint from the manager of the gym who didn't like me dropping weights on the ground. So I guess next time I go to the gym, I'm going to wear my pink tutu. But until then, I did some lighter weight, 100 kilogram by 10. And I did put pads on the ground. Downstairs is just a warehouse, so I don't know what the problem is exact. That's the guy in the background there. But tried to make it a little quieter on the way down. Once I had finished there, I switched over to some close grip parallel grip lat pull downs. So grab the double D handle off the cable row machine, and again I did this the other day kneeling, but here I used the lat pull down machine and did 10 at 80. Dropped the weight, did 70 at 15, and then a very short rest period before a set at 60. Targeting the mid-back right around the spine, trying to keep the elbows in nice and tight on the movement. Once I did that, I worked some singles on clean and press, and this is again something I did the other day, and I wasn't trying to go to failure here. I just want to get more familiar with this move. I'd really like to see 100 kilogram clean and press sometime this winter, so I'm going to have to get a little bit more familiar with it. So again, any comments that you have, if you're familiar with this lift, if you have any comments on my form, you can check out this video, check out the other one, and see what you think. Did some stiff leg deadlifts, really feel this in through the glutes and especially through the hamstrings. So trying to keep the back straight in good morning fashion while lifting up and not letting the bar drift too far away from the body. And I get a nice good stretch in the hamstrings while I do this. This is not something I normally add to deadlift day, but I'm going to call this an assistance work for deadlifts, especially because my hams are so tight. This is hopefully going to help me out with some of the bigger numbers when I go back into trying for personal bests on deadlifts, standard deadlifts in the future. So doing some more. This is the last set, I believe, of stiff leg deadlifts, and that was it on the day. Again, none of these sets are to absolute failure. This is just more to get comfortable with form day and some extra practice. So please like the video, subscribe to the channel. The workout details are up here. Comments, questions, very welcome below. And until next time, keep growing.